Hey, it's Raven. I don't know who's going to turn up, if anyone. We shall see. It's been a very quiet day today. I actually have the council coming tomorrow, and that should be fun. So, I don't know. This is a hangout for no reason. Hey, Anna. I don't know. I just felt like live streaming for a bit. Apparently, J-Rom's just uploaded a clip. So I thought I might play that and see what it is. I don't know what the clip is. I haven't even listened to it yet. But I thought I might. At work listening. Oh, no worries, Anna. I know you're a...
I guess like 7 o'clock there. We're going on 7 there.
I know you're a worker bee. But I thought I'd listen to it. But I just started live stream for a bit. I know everybody else has been live streaming. Anna did a gaming stream the other night, and Tammy's been live, and J-Rom's been live, and I haven't really been live. So I thought, fuck it, why not do a live stream? You know, just on a whim. I know it's a stupid time. I know it's 6 o'clock where I am, and I know everybody else is at work. I know. I'm getting used to the fact that, you know, I have stupid timings for my streams, but I do have a lot on tomorrow. So I needed to be streaming earlier today. My signal is bad, but I'm kind of here. Oh, no worries, J-Rom. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. No one's forced to come here. And I know you, Anna, works, and I know you have bad signal, but I thought I would play the clip and see what it was like, just for the hell of it. I don't know. Let me just shut my door. Get my washing machine going. Burning my electric as we speak. Yeah. So let's have a play.
Evening now. It's I guess like 7 o'clock there. We're going on 7 there. I'm home now. We stopped dashing at 3 o'clock our time. So I've just been home, kind of relaxing, chilling out. He's getting ready to go do a walk right now. And yeah, we did pretty good. We made about $49 or $47 in like 2 hours. So
wow.
I mean, we were out there for 5 hours. So if you break that down, our minimum, like we didn't make even minimum wage, but like we were really hustling there for between 11:30 and like.
How did you make $49? But was really hustling.
Died down, but
sorry.
Yeah, we were getting stacked orders back to back. Like as soon as we were done delivering and we got back into that hot zone, immediately we'd get.
What orders did you take if you only made $49 in 2 hours?
We even stopped to the bathroom. So, you know, it was like crazy. So, and everybody was being super generous today with their tips. Like we were getting $4 and $5 tips, so that was nice. And
so that means if you were getting $4 or $5 tips in 2 hours and you only made £49, you barely did anything.
And I was fine the whole 5 hours. I just
hey Katie.
No, it was 4 hours. It was 11 to 3.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4 hours. Yeah, so it was fine.
I wouldn't get out of bed for that. Just saying.
He says he wants to plan on going out tonight. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay home because I'm going to unpack some of my stuff, get some of my clothes into the closet, and just get kind of organized because all of my stuff is literally sitting in the dining room area in the middle there. So I want to unpack some of these bags, go through them, because some of the stuff can be thrown away. I just started throwing things into the bags just to pack quickly. So anyways, that's that. I hope you're having a great evening. I'm here if you want to chat. If not, have a good night, friend. Love ya. Just got done.
So that wasn't a bad voice note.
Girl. Hey, lady,
It's not the most unpositive one I heard. When you have to clarify, nope, didn't argue today, it tells us you argue a lot. Well, I think you can see they argue somewhat. I think any couple argues. Any couple can argue. I mean, couples don't necessarily argue every day. Some couples have like mini tiffs, you know, where they'll have a jab at each other sometimes, but you can tell from the body language and how they talk on camera that they do spend a lot of time jabbing at each other. It's subtle jabs, but they are jabs nonetheless. You can see when they talk on the streams and that they're used to having this kind of backwards and forwards arguing with each other. I wouldn't say it's sad. I would say it's probably the norm for them, which is why to the outside world it looks wrong. But to them, because they've probably lived like that, that seems normal. To us, we're like, oh my God, they're jabbing at each other. They're constantly arguing on stream. That's probably how they are off camera as well. They're probably constantly jabbing at each other, and that just seems perfectly normal. There doesn't seem any harm in that. So, you know, there's probably no love lost there between them arguing on camera or arguing behind the scenes. It looks like it's the same kind of conflict they have, whether they're on or off camera. Hey Chairman and J-Rom and Anna and Katie. Apparently a lot of people are working. It might just be me and myself and I in this stream, possibly. Could be. I don't know. I've sent a notification out. I've shared it, so I don't know. Probably picked the wrong time to stream, but hey ho. Didn't have a lot to talk about. That obviously piqued my interest, the voicemail. Because she always seems to, like, if you have to proclaim, we didn't have a fight today, it's kind of like proclaiming, oh yeah, we don't fight. I don't think you have to proclaim that. I think if you don't, I think all couples fight, and that's a way of, I wouldn't say it's showing you love each other. Someone said the other day in a chat, and I can't remember which, that if couples didn't fight, then they don't care necessarily, and that couples that fight care, which is why they argue. I'm not exactly sure about that one. Maybe not. Not so sure about that, but it could be. It could be that, you know, they fight, so, you know, I don't know. But I don't know. So I won't be a sec. Hey, buddy. There's a new voice note out from J-Ron put a new voice note out. I'm sure you've already been to his page and listened to it. It was Dawn. She was kind of excited that they'd made £49 in 2 hours, which, I mean, I wouldn't work for £49 for 2 hours. That didn't really make... If you think his rent's £200 a month, £49 in 2 hours isn't a lot. I mean, they said they got good tips. In dog beers, Dawn only had one. Oh, no worries, Anna. Mm-hmm. I don't know, I was kind of bored, so I saw J-Rom had posted a voice note, so I thought I would listen to it, and I don't know. Honestly, I mean, I would have kept going at Eli. I think Dawn talking about Anna, she kind of deserves what she gets. I mean, Dawn needs to learn not to run her mouth. Especially after J-Rom had stopped the thing with Eli. And then she's just still there in the comments saying stuff. I mean, the thing is, the only way that Dawn would have seen the comments made in Anna's live stream was if she'd have been stalking Anna. Which, if you don't like somebody, you're told not to go stalk their channel. So you'd have to question why Dawn was watching Anna's stream. Why was Dawn even there? Why was she watching Anna's live stream? Why does she care so much about Anna to watch her stream? You know, Anna and her aren't friends. So why be at her live stream to catch her saying stuff she shouldn't have said? If Dawn didn't run her mouth the other night, you wouldn't be talking about her right now. She's getting what she wants. I was talking about the voice now. I'm not directing this at Dawn. Dawn's just collateral damage at this point. If you want to support Eli, Joe, that's entirely up to you. I don't support Eli. Never will. That's my personal opinion. If you want to go over to Brutally Lauren and support Eli, that's entirely up to you. I will continue to support Anna and J-Rom in whatever they do. If they release the clips, if they don't release the clips, if they continue to go at Dawn and Eli, then so be it. Dawn wants to be center of attention. That's up to her. But at the end of the day, Eli's going to be the one that gets annoyed because he keeps trying to make peace with everybody and she keeps running her mouth. So Eli needs to get his lady in order. He apparently claims that he runs the house and he rules the roost and he's in charge and everything. Then tell your lady to shut her mouth then. There's a simple thing there. If you're in charge, Eli, put your foot down, put your big boy panties on and tell Dawn to keep her mouth shut. I mean, it's a very simple concept. I mean, it doesn't take a very lot of doing to just get her to be quiet. I mean, what does it take? You know, if she wants to watch Anna's streams, if she wants to watch mine, if she wants to watch whoever's, it's a free platform. If she wants to sit there all day listening to Anna on the off chance her name comes up, or listening to mine on the off chance her name comes up, then I suggest she gets a job and gets out in the real world and makes more than, what was it, $49 in 4 hours. I mean, I suggest she gets a job or a hobby. I suggest a job or a hobby. Unless our hobby has now become going around YouTube, which is what Eli used to do, just listening for his name. He does come home every evening and he would Google and type his own name in YouTube, and he would find people who had made videos on him, and then he would continuously talk about them all night, going, oh, I didn't know this person had made a video. But apparently he would Google his own name to find if people were talking about him. That's how desperate for attention Eli was. If Dawn's doing exactly the same thing, then so be it. I never have tagged Dawn in a video at all. I don't see the point. Whatever happens to her is collateral damage from Eli and vice versa. But, so be it. Ete brute. She wants to dish, comments out, then people are fully in their right to dish stuff on her. It goes both ways. You can't have a one-sided thing. Can't just be one-sided. J-Rom stopped the messages, so she decided to make a comment on Anna. The only way she would know that we were talking about her is if she just happened to be listening to Anna's stream, which then poses the question of why was she listening to Anna's live stream? And they do say if you don't like the person, don't watch them. So why was she even at Anna's stream? We were doing a gaming stream. It didn't have her name tagged in it. It didn't have Eli's name tagged in it. The only reason possible was to sit there to listen to us all with the hope that either her or Eli's name was mentioned. And that only suggests one thing, that Dawn has more time on her hands than she needs. She's got time to search the internet for her name and to watch streams that she don't know that would mention her. She's just, sitting around killing time, hoping someone's talking about her. I mean, but each to their own. She's probably jealous of Anna. Her boyfriend actually takes good care of her. That is possible, but it does sound like Eli he's more of an enabler. Like, while she was, an alcoholic, he was still buying an alcoholic booze. Meanwhile, Eli is abusing Dawn with his boring life stories. I mean, in fairness, Eli thought he was doing a good thing when, asking an alcoholic for beer. Probably, giving an alcoholic beer, probably not the best thing in the world. But Eli seems to think that the way to sort an alcoholic is to buy them more alcohol, which I don't quite get. But in other voice notes, she only seemed to be happy when they made money or he was bringing her alcohol. Now, that doesn't say much for their relationship if the relationship is built on happiness through money or drink. Just saying. And I heard I made all of Eli's former mods hella mad. Or you still mad at me? I don't know. That would be a you and Anna thing. I've been banned from Eli's for fucking ages, and I am happy to be banned from his. I have bought a new cable. I have bought an Ethernet cable. I know, I'm very fancy. I bought a new cable today so that when I restream Eli now, hopefully, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed, it doesn't cut out. I've actually purchased a new cable called an Ethernet cable, which is hardwiring my laptop to my router now. So hopefully that will have fixed the problem, at least momentarily, until I can come out with a further solution. Good evening, Colin. But for now, that's how it is. But the stream so far hasn't buffered. It looks all right. I don't know. We're literally going to be playing this shit by ear currently, because I just don't know. It could go either way, basically. It'll either buffer constantly or nothing will happen. On that, I can't really debate because I don't have necessarily anything to go on right now because I haven't used it apart from live streaming now, which looks fine to me, but we will only know when we have put it to use. But I have purchased, like I said, a new cable, so God willing, next time I try and restream Eli, it'll actually work. But I don't know that for sure, not until I've actually used it. So we're just going to have to hope. Hey, California. Joe, you got something to say? It. I am here. Ooh. Hopefully we can play nice in the chat. I don't really want to start a fight. How are we this evening, Colin? Are you still here? I did get your message on Discord, and I have messaged you back. I believe I've messaged you back. Tell me otherwise. I have had a rough couple of days recently with work and stuff. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I did see you you sent me a Discord message. I did see that, and I think I replied. Can't remember. It's been a very long week for me. I'm tired of everything right now. Just tired of like life in general. It's been a bit of another hectic week, which apparently I live by. I live by hectic week to hectic week. That's how it came through. Oh, good. I've been trying to sort my internet out, or attempting to sort my internet. I can't even get my phone to charge right now because my charging port is fucked, and I need a new charging port. And currently, it's not top of the bill of expenditure. Shit. You just charge. There we go. You're getting karma. Whatever, Karen Joe, I heard what you said about me. Ask kisser. Okay. You're getting karma. Oh dear. What I said on Lauren's stream when I was trolling Eli, if you can't detect sarcasm, then let me tell you I was being sarcastic. I'll keep you posted on where I'm going to live. Oh, okay. No worries, Colin. Just message me in Discord with any info or anything like that. Just message me on Discord. Behind the scenes. So. Will do. Yeah. Message me on Discord. Discord isn't the only place you can message me, but it's the more likely one that I'm going to reply to. Sarcasm joke. No, man, don't use it as an excuse to get off the hook. Well, I don't know the situation between the mod thing. I've heard parts that there were some screenshots took in Lauren's chat that seemed to portray that Joe was calling mods that were former mods of Eli backstabbers. But that's all I know. I didn't really watch Lauren's stream, but I do know there were screenshots and that Eli was on Lauren's panel, but I can't stomach watching Lauren, so I wasn't over there. I called Eli's former mods backstabbers for leaving Eli. Well, I mean, they didn't really backstab him. Eli threw Holly to the wolves, effectively. He also got rid of J-Rom because he didn't like J-Rom having an opinion and having his own brain. Anna was banned. Anna hasn't been over to Eli's in, God, must be 18 months. You said it to make yourself look good, huh? And of course I was being sarcastic, but Callie wants to be upset, so be it. Look good to Eli, who I hate. Okay. I'm just going to let you two talk in the chat. I haven't seen the stream. I must admit, I haven't seen the Lauren stream. Is it even up? You're an Eli spy. Wow. I don't know what to say to that. I can't see Joe being an Eli spy. I mean, I've been around Joe for, I want to say 6 years. He does have somewhat of a hatred for Eli. I've been around when Joe said some pretty bad things about Eli, and to be fair, Eli's trolled Joe quite hard, and you know, the whole Fry Rye thing was quite bad back in the day. They have gone toe to toe with like words. I haven't seen the stream to make a comment on what was said in the stream because I personally cannot stand Lauren for too long. She makes me want to like. Lauren's just an unwatchable character, and a character she doesn't play very well. Carmen, can we play nice? I don't want people fighting. Can we try and be nice for the sake of me? I don't want to see two people fight. I find it insulting that everyone would think I support Eli. It's okay, I got Joe blocked. He works for Eli. I mean, I don't think Joe's up for hire. I don't know what to say to. I don't believe that Joe would would go behind my back and give Eli anything, if that's what you mean. Joe's in my Discord, and I mean, if I did a restream of Eli, I can't see that Joe would give it to Eli. I mean, Joe was against Eli striking my channel, but I don't believe that Joe would, if I did an unlisted stream of Eli, I don't believe Joe would give it to him. I'd hope Joe wouldn't give it to him. I don't know for certain. I would hope people wouldn't give unlisted streams to Eli, but I mean, I don't know that anybody on YouTube is fully trustworthy. I could say that about most people online, that maybe I wouldn't trust any of you 100% because we don't know each other very well, or, you know, we don't know people outside of YouTube. I mean, all we really know is how we chat in the chat or Discord or whatever, but that still doesn't give you the person or who they are or stuff like that. Raven, we support you. Well, thank you, California. Joe is a cover-up. Joe needs to be watched carefully. How's your vacation? I'm not on vacation. I've got just a couple of days off work. I got just a couple of days off work. I'm off till Thursday. I got a bit of time off. I'm not on holiday. I just have a few days off work. I am going back Thursday because I have the council coming round tomorrow to look at my house. So I've had to have a couple of days off to sort myself out and to get my dump of a flat sorted. Because it needs a little bit of tidying. Cool. I'm glad you're having a few days off of it. Yeah, only a few days. I'm having 5 off in total. I just needed some time for myself. Need to get my house ready. But I don't wholeheartedly believe that Joe would do anything underhanded. I've known Joe quite a while. And he's been around me quite a lot, but I don't necessarily believe that he would do anything underhand. I can't say for certain because, I mean, people are people at the end of the day. They're going to do what they, you know, want to do. But I would hope that it wouldn't come to that. If that stream is still up, you'll see I was insulting Eli. I haven't watched it myself. Like I said, I've only seen screenshots. And the screenshot I saw said, that Joe had said that his former mods were backstabbers. That's basically the screenshot I've seen, and that's all I've seen. And by insulting Eli, I mean just stating facts. And by insulting Eli, hang on. If that stream is still up, you'll see I was insulting Eli. And by insulting Eli, I mean just stating facts. Okay. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm waiting for the voice note to drop. What voice note? I'm not understanding. Hey, Sarah. Joe's the talk of the town. I don't know. See, I've only seen a screenshot. I'm not making any judgment. Like I said, I haven't seen the stream. All I've seen is a screenshot, and I've literally just said that I do not believe, after knowing Joe for 6 years, that he would necessarily support Eli. That's all I've said. I haven't said anything before anyone comes at me. I've literally just had a screenshot, and then Joe and California are going at it in the chat. There are other people that have said that the way it was coming off, it was Joe being more friendly with Eli. I don't know, however you want to put it. And then it wasn't sarcasm, it was more like a dig. But I don't know. You'd have to watch the stream, and I haven't watched it. I don't know what voice note they're talking about. Eli's channel is going downhill. It is. But, you know, Eli's channel's always been going downhill. It's just been on like a ski slope. It's just taking time to reach the bottom. Joe has an opinion. I frankly don't care. Well, yeah. I mean, Joe in California was starting to argue in the chat. That I was literally talking about Dawn and Eli, and we were listening to the voice note clip, and then California and Joe started having it out in the chat. I've done nothing. I'm just sitting here talking. Just, you know. Exactly is why I pay judgment, Joe, no mind. I just want everyone to get along. Well, apart from obviously me and Eli, that's not happening. But I don't want to see people fight. I really don't. Yeah, don't fight. Raven is innocent. Yeah, I'm literally just sitting here, and California and Joe were going at it, and I'm literally saying that I have known Joe for 6 years. I don't believe Joe would be underhanded or anything like that. Obviously, you can't rule it out because anyone on YouTube can do anything on the fly. But I've known Joe for quite a while, and I'm going to reiterate that I don't believe Joe would. I haven't seen the live stream. I've seen a screenshot where he said that they were backstabbers, and that is it. Literally it. And then Joe turned up, and then California turned up, and then they were beefing in the chat. And I was just reiterating that I don't think Joe would. I don't know for certain, but that's YouTube for you. Okay, J-Rom, I blocked Judgmental Joe and I moved on. Yeah, I don't want to fight. I don't want people fighting. This isn't my fight. I was just talking about Dawn. Yeah, I was just talking about Dawn and Eli, and I was listening to the latest voice note that J-Ron put out. And I was saying how happy Dawn seemed to be that Eli had made £49 in like 4 hours, which, well, it's not a lot of money, is it? I mean, it's small fry. If I had £49 in 4 hours, I'd be disappointed myself. Hiya, Raven and all. Hey, Valk. I'm looking for a laptop. I've been looking into working from home. Well, that would be good. I half work from home. I have a job, but then I do Vinted and YouTube from home. So I technically have a couple of businesses going on. Plus I have Vinted as well, which makes me some money. So if we can all just try and get along, that would be great. I don't want people fighting in the chat, especially if it's to do with Eli, because Eli's just not worth it. Eli's not worth anyone beefing. Eli's small fry in a big fish pond, and you know, if you want to go toe to toe with someone, Don't fight amongst yourselves. Go for the bigger fish, which is Eli. You know, at the end of the day, you know, don't fight amongst yourselves, because Eli wins like that. If you start fighting between each other, Eli gets what he wants. He gets more drama to talk about and more topics to make on us like that. If you fight between ourselves, because then he'll make some fucking live stream about intertribal fighting or YouTube fighting drama and some fucking bullshit, and then makes like 10 million streams on it. And you just give Eli what he wants, which is us fighting between each other, and we don't want to be doing that. We don't want to be fighting between each other, because he's just not worth it. At the end of the day, Eli and Dawn are just not worth a beef between all of us. I got nothing against Joe. I haven't even got anything against Sarah. You know, I got nothing against J-Rom or California. I got nothing against anybody. The only people I don't like on YouTube is Eli, and I don't like Dawn. Just end of. This villain remains unnamed. Hi? Why is Eli still living under Mama's roof for free? I mean, he could get a real job at Weed, California. I'm not fighting Raven. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm just upset anyone would think I'm supporting Eli. Eli's a dangerous person and will only get worse. Yes. Getting pulled into other people's nonsense and drama repeated after me. Not my circus, not my monkeys. That's true. Once his mother dies, he looks successful and uses that to life coach people and harm them. Yeah. Are you mad because you have a penis, Joe? I mean, probably. For the record, I was quoting a cartoon, not fighting. What? Who was fighting? Did I miss a comment? I hate StreamYards. Did I miss a comment? Going far up. Joe, you're the talk of the town. Oh, I see. Yeah, I know what you mean. I get what you mean. Joe's the talk of every town. Joe's a popular person on YouTube. Everyone loves to make comments. No, I get you weren't making any digs. It's fine. It's fine, Sarah. All 4 inches, Joe. Ooh, a 4-inch penis. You really are not going to do anyone any good with 4 inches. Ooh. 4 inches, Joe. I would see a doctor if it was that small. I really would. I mean, girls like, you know, bigger numbers. Just saying. But yeah, I'm trying to, you know, trying not to beef intergroupally. We're just going to make that a word, intergroupally. If you want to be angry at anybody, be angry at Eli. Be angry at Dawn. You know, be angry at them. There's no need to fight between us, because everybody can have their own opinions on what's right and what's wrong. Eli's in the wrong, just saying. Just saying outright, he's in the wrong. Barely touches the side, Joe. Oh. Yeah, it's not suiting me. Maybe he can lick his eyebrows. Joe's got a 2mm defeater. 2 millimeters? Ouch, California. Even 4 inches is like small. We're like shrinking so he's like a fucking Ken doll. At this rate, Joe will be a fucking Ken doll before we finish. I mean, bless the poor guy. I mean, I know everyone's, you know, mad that you're allowed to have a penis, but, you know, I don't know if, like, 4 inches would please anyone. I mean, Jesus Christ. But if you have a 4-inch penis, Joe, then so be it. I would consider getting help, Viagra, a pump, surgery. an extender. I mean, there's other things that you could do. Judge Joe needs Jesus. Well, maybe he could ask Jesus for a larger member. Thou pray, thou shalt provide. I don't think it works like that. Dawn wishes Eli had a penis. She does. She does, doesn't she? Hey, would you mind if I didn't have a penis? No, I'd want you to have one. Yeah, from what I gather, Eli's obviously a Ken doll. I miss your Discord, FYI. It was very active. Yeah. Glad my man's penis is big. Well, there you go. I'm so glad my channel is monetized with all this penis talk. I'd hate to be demonetized. But if you want to support the channel, PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks, give it a big thumbs up. Become a member, get videos every week, or just Super Chat me, you know. I know I'm not doing any Eli content at the minute because, honestly, he's boring as fuck. Use a magnifying glass to look for it. Ooh. Mean. Raven doesn't have a man. She has a do it with a B.O.B. Well, you know. I wouldn't say Raven isn't getting any. Just saying. I don't have a man, but I do have, you know, fun. I don't necessarily need a B.O.B. Raven got men checked her out. Raven, I think you ready are. I think you ready are. Did I miss something, Bank? Good evening, Gemma. How are we all this evening? I'm glad we've all stopped with the beef. You know, if Joe wants to support Eli, that's up to him. If any of you want to support, if any of you want to go over to Eli's chat, support him, hang out, that's entirely your choice. If you want to go to Brutally Lauren's, hang out, chat some shit, that's your choice. If you go to Skady's channel and hang out and chat, you need your head testing. Lauren's just Lauren. Sorry to hear you got evicted, Lauren. I think you ready. Yeah, I am monetized. I'm remonetized. I've recently gained remonetization. So I will be getting some YouTube money this month. So if you'd like to donate further to that, you can consider it. You know, I love a super chat myself. It's nice being remonetized. Quite a lot of AdSense is coming through with my YouTube shorts, and the fact that I don't restream Eli as much means that I can keep the watch time, keep the hours, keep the ad revenue and everything from my streams, instead of having to delete everything I do. Because every time I did a stream, I'd have to get rid of it. I'd lose watch time. I'd lose hours. And that kind of thing. Raven, we want Raven merch. Seriously? Wow. I'm wearing a wolf today. Look, I'm part of the Legion today. I'm wearing a wolf. I'm a lone wolf in the world of YouTube. That's how I see myself. I'm a lone wolf. My day is amazing. I'm doing clothes washing and uploaded a video. I've done my washing today. I've spent all morning doing socks, underwear, and my work uniform. The excitement of a day off, yeah? Could you get any more fucking boring? No, possibly not, but Needs must. I have the council around here tomorrow, and I don't fancy doing my undies when the councilmen are here. So I've done my washing today. I wouldn't normally do my washing during the week. I'm usually a Sunday wash girl. I take all my dirty laundry through the week, stick it in the wash machine, and then on Sunday is wash day. But I was busy on Sunday. I wasn't home. I went to the White Hart and had a carvery, and then I went to my son's house where we played Monopoly Plus for a good 3 hours, and then I came home. I had a bath, I had a nice quiet evening, I watched a movie and just kind of lulled. Now relaxing, watching Raven. Hi. I'm a butterfly, free to be me with a sunflower light. Well, I hope we've all like hashed it out in the chat. Whether Joe said something or Joe didn't say something, at the end of the day, we are unanimous in the fact that we all hate Eli. So that is the main thing. The main come out of this is that no matter what, we still don't like Eli. That's the main thing. But there is a new voice clip out. J-Rom did drop one, and then he is dropping one more, I believe, and then that is it. If Eli's girlfriend wants to keep running her mouth, we'll just go toe to toe without, voice clips. Because at the end of the day, you don't need voice clips to put Dawn in her place. A video is enough. Happiness is better than sadness. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, whether we troll Eli or not, he's still going to continue doing YouTube. I just hope that he doesn't hurt people, because that's my main concern. The same as Jay Romson, the same with most people. His advice is just terrible. Monumentally terrible. And the same as J-Rom and Anna and everybody else, we do not want Eli giving someone terrible advice, hurting them, or coming off worse than when they went into his channel, because that's how people end up. People come to his channel, they think it's all hunky-dory, they do a couple of live streams, they then see the real Eli, they're then kicked to the curb, and then they're constantly talked about, they're shitted on, and it can break a person. Good morning, Terry, or good afternoon. I don't know what time it is in Canada. I have no fucking idea. We bought some more fishies on Sunday while Miss G did. She chose 4 larger ones, so we have a mix of sizes in the pond. That's a good thing, though. Having some big fishies, little fishies, a bit of each. Have you took pictures in my Discord? Did you take pictures of the other fishies, Gordon? I'm going to assume not. Or were they the same breed? Were the fishies the same breed as the other one, just a smaller size? I'm going to guess they're the same fish group. Is that a thing? Fish group? Fish type? You can tell I don't know anything about fish, right? 2:17 Eastern, but you just woke up, Terry. Did you have another same as before? Okay. Did you have a late night, Terry? Because I didn't have a late night, and for some reason I'm still tired. I went to bed, I don't know. I want to say 12:30 last night, and I got up, I want to say 7. So I had a few hours sleep, but I still feel tired. No matter how many hours sleep I have, I constantly feel tired. I'm just so overtired, just constantly overtired. I don't know why. I had an upset stomach that kept me in and out of sleep. Oh, bless you, Terry. Well, there are 80 you here. Hello to any lurkers. I know Anna is working. I know J-Rom said he was working and he was in a bad signal area. So if you guys are listening, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I know Anna was still working but listening. And J-Rom was working but was in a bad signal area and would be in and out. And then obviously you got Terry and Gordo and California and Joe and Valk and now Terry. And obviously Sarah popped in as well. So I don't really have a purpose for the stream. The title of the stream is Hang Out for No Reason. Primarily, I just thought I would stream. You know. How are you, Raven? I'm all right. I'm tired. Supposedly, I'm tired. I've had sleep, but apparently, I'm still tired. I don't know how I am. I think my mental health has been on a little bit of a roller coaster this week. Not gonna lie. Totally honest. You know, my mental health has, I wouldn't say slipped. I'd said a bit of an up and down this week. I just heard the voice note, Dawn, stop telling a married man that you love him when you're in a relationship with mama's boy. Yeah, I heard that one. I think it was more that she loved to talk to Josh and confide in him and that she didn't want that relationship to be destroyed. Because she doesn't really have anyone outside of Eli. She's lost Holly. You know, Anna doesn't talk to her anymore. You know, they've lost quite a lot of people to talk to. And I think when Eli and J-Rom, I think at that point were fighting and she thought that J-Rom was going to stop talking to her, I think that was more like a being like, oh, I love you. Like, I love talking to you. Please don't leave. You know, she was like begging not to be left alone, I guess. Playing a game while listening. What game are you playing, Val? Yeah, I hope you feel better, Terry. I'm sorry to hear that, Raven. You can always chat to me you can always talk to me in our chat on Facebook. I know, Gemma. It's just that most of my mental health is internalized. I don't generally, I don't generally talk about my mental health. Most of my issues I internalize and I kind of keep to myself per se. I have spoken to Tammy behind the scenes about some of my mental health problems and things I've been going through behind the scenes, which I don't want to put on YouTube. So it's been a bit rocky recently. I've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. But I don't always want to like put it on YouTube. Red Dead Redemption 2. Ooh. Oh, I like Red Dead Redemption. I like the first one. I've never played the second one. I understand Raven, but speaking about it can help too. It can. It's just that I don't like putting certain things on YouTube because on YouTube, if you put your heart on your sleeve, you leave yourself as a target. You leave yourself up for scrutiny or judgment or a target, or God forbid, a life coach tries to coach you. I confide in my guy. I don't confide in a married man, let alone tell a married man I love you. I don't think it was necessarily love. I think it was more like she loves to talk to him. And she was worried probably of being left with just Eli and her own thoughts, which would terrify me too. Raven, you can write it all down on a virtual diary. Yeah, someone had said to me about journaling, diarying, getting my feelings out there. Which, I mean, I could do that. I mean, that is a possibility. Yeah, but showing your vulnerabilities can help other people open up. Mental health is no longer taboo. Now it's more discussed than ever before. It is. It's just... It's... How do I explain? It's just that our group, outside of our little Facebook group or outside of my Discord, you know, people can be quite judgy. You know, people can be quite judgy, it is what I'm trying to say. And you know, you'll end up having, you know, Eli try and life coach me. I mean, it could be worse. If you can't be okay with only having your partner to confide in, do you feel you can't vent to your partner, find a new partner? Yeah, if you really can't talk to your own partner, fucking hate Beaver. If you can't confide in your own partner, then who can you confide in would be the question. You can use Google Store and find a diary of your choice. I use it because it helps me. Yeah, there's always a way of getting your thoughts out there without actually putting them out there. So I'm not trying to pressure you. I am just trying to encourage you, but I understand why you choose not to. Yeah. I mean, I've spoken to Tammy behind the scenes, and, you know, I've told her certain private things that I don't want to discuss on YouTube, you know, behind the scenes, because I do trust that Tammy wouldn't put stuff out there, you know, unnecessarily. And I do find that our YouTube community, like the Legion and everything, quite a lot of people judge people, whether it's mental health, opinions, facts, shit like that. And I'm not leaving myself open for scrutiny or judgment or getting any shit from, you know, someone like Eli, or Eli trying to fucking coach me and being like, I can coach you. And I'm like, no. Fuck me, no. I turn my thoughts into a daytime soap. Yeah, I mean, I do have thoughts that I should probably write down that would be better if I write them down, which is why I do the talks in the graveyard sometimes, so that I can get my feelings out. I tell Josh every time he's getting on my nerves or when I'm not happy with him, he gives me the same courtesy. That's what happens in actual loving relationships. You don't talk behind their back. No. If I had a problem with my ex, I wasn't slagging him off behind his back. I went to his face. I think we discussed this in a previous stream, that when me and my ex were dating and we had issues, we always went to each other. It was, you don't go to sleep angry. And we used that as a thing all the time. You never went to bed angry. If you had a problem, a concern, an issue, you would raise it, you would hash it out, you would beef, you would debate, you'd do whatever you needed to do, and then you'd get things back on track. That's the issue. And you need to put out things when you need to put out things for possible help with on here. You will find some people more than willing to help you with it, but you're right, more folks are out there willing to use them to talk shit about you. Yeah, which is why I don't necessarily put my entire life on YouTube, because I don't want it out there. I don't want people knowing certain things. behind the scenes, you know, talking to Tammy, talking to Anna, talking to whoever in the Facebook group chat or a private DM, or I talked to Colin behind the scenes in Discord and a few other people. But they are trusted people like Anna and Tammy, and I've spoken to Gemma behind the scenes before about stuff and other people, and I've spoken to a couple in my Discord, Colin being one of them, and I talk to people I trust, you know, that wouldn't use whatever it was against me or I mean, you could judge me if you want. I leave myself open for scrutiny, like I did the other night, you know, when we were talking about my ex and the relationship I have with him, and it opened up a debate in the chat on what was right and what was wrong and everything. And, you know, at the end of the day, you can have your opinions, but your opinions are your opinions and someone else's opinions are theirs. But I'm actually living this sort of thing. Some people I don't trust because they run their mouths is why my ex-husband I don't trust. Yeah, you can always talk to me anytime. Thank you, Gemma. But you can see my you can see what I'm saying. YouTube isn't always a platform to put everything on. Sometimes you need to keep a part of yourself to yourself, or at least keep a part of yourself off of YouTube, you know, so that you can have your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions and all that, not guarded, but looked after, because on YouTube it is a judgmental platform, and some people that wouldn't normally judge you, depending on the situation and everything, may judge you, and I don't want that kind of scrutiny in my life. I would rather be judged by my own peers, people that knew me, friends, family, work colleagues, people that knew me day in, day out, and then weren't just making an assumption on something I'd said, because they don't know my day-to-day life. They don't know the ins and outs. They literally know what I'm willing to tell them. And if I'm not willing to tell them the whole story, then they don't get the whole picture. And without the whole picture, you cannot possibly judge somebody or give an opinion. And I'm just not that wanting to put my life out there like that, because you open yourself up to YouTube, and it is scrutiny and judgment. And no matter what people say, you know, people on YouTube judge each other all the time, you know, whether we judge people on a live stream or we judge people behind the scenes. It happens. The same applies to you. I'm always here for you to chat. Yeah. It's just, in my eyes, some topics should be talked about off YouTube. If it's stuff that's going on in your real life, I don't believe you should necessarily put it on YouTube, especially if you're asking for advice. I think you should always talk to people you know or trust or are experienced, or, you know more about the subject than just putting it to a wider audience of YouTube people. Since I've been hated, talked about, bullied, and I've cut ties with those fake people who wronged me. YouTube can be a hard place. It can. If you have a life that isn't like perfect, you have bad days, you have bad times, you have rocky situations within your life, you know, not everything is fucking rainbows and unicorns. And, you know, I wake up some mornings and I just don't want to be here. And then other days I'm like jumping out of bed and I'm fired to go. Other days, you know, I think, why do I bother? And then other days I'm putting my full workload in. My mental health is like deteriorated over the last 18 months. It really has. It's got worse. That is from exterior factors. My job, for one of them, my own life and other factors have affected it. And I'm just not willing to put that out on YouTube, because no matter what happens, I would rather talk about it with people I trust, care about, and know me, because this whole YouTube bandwagon of jumping on someone as soon as they show weakness is just horrible. You know, you show a sign of weakness and people are there ready to jump on you or give their opinions or tell how they can change you or how you can make things better. And honestly, it doesn't make it better. It probably makes it worse. I don't care what people say about me, because they're not giving me anything or cash or paying my bills. Exactly. Do you care about people's opinions when they're not in your day-to-day life? In a year's time, you may not even know that person. So why put so much into a person if in a year's time they're either going to backstab you or judge you, or they're a featherweight friend or something like that? I put on YouTube random stuff, more like Thumbs a Zen channel that I was told. Oh, okay. You can see what I mean. You don't necessarily have to put your heart and soul onto YouTube to be a part of YouTube. I do believe you should keep some things to yourself. I think if you take Eli's case with Dawn, I think he would have been better off if he'd have kept some things private, like the fighting between Dawn and her daughter. You know, the whole wedding thing, the Cashley thing. I think he crossed the line. I think alcoholism should be kept off of YouTube. I don't think he should have been talking about her. I don't think he should have been talking about her medical stuff. I don't think any of that should have been brought out here. But Eli chose to do that because he knew it would pique interest. He knew it would draw attention to his channel. He knew it would draw attention to money. And I mean, you know, you put that much of yourself on here, whether it's your friends, your family, your job, your personal life, your medical history, your criminal history. You leave yourself open for scrutiny or judgment or being picked apart. I don't think him putting Dawn on the platform was a good idea. I don't think she is coping. No, I think Dawn made I think if Dawn had approached YouTube differently, she would have been fine. I think she's been taught the wrong way to do YouTube. People's opinion don't apply to me because that's not how I define myself and who I am. Okay? I'm a private person. I pick and choose what is shared or not. That's always a good thing. Dawn is a private person and Eli forced her, so they're so wrong. Yeah. I don't know whether he necessarily forced her. I think he was more coercion. I think he coerced her and basically said that this could be something big. We could make a go of this. If we use your story to draw people in, this could be a jump set for something else. The problem is it wasn't a jump set. In fact, it made people hate them more, because not only did he do her story in a way that suited him rather than her story is now behind a paywall. So whatever he was trying to do with her, by putting her out there, by showing her off, by using her story to help others, is behind a paywall now. So now if you want to hear her story, you have to pay for it. Which, if they were using that as the how do you want to call it? Using it as the clincher to like draw people into their channel by using this as like she's had a tough time, she's getting herself better, she's improving, and use that as the token story for the channel, putting it behind a paywall now, her story's been lost. Where's her story now? She's faded into the background. He brought her out here. He put her story out there. Now it's behind a paywall, and she is just another part of the furniture in his live stream. Dawn is a private person, and Eli forced her on there. Yeah, I don't necessarily think he forced her on YouTube. I think he sold her a dream. I think he sold her a dream. He sold her that they would come on YouTube, they would use her story, it would be the jump start to their YouTube career, that it would be the story to say, look, here's this woman, she's broken, she's an alcoholic, I'm helping her, she's getting the help, and she would be the success story and basically the best testimony you could have for his channel. What it turns out is the story that they did was basically pushed by Eli to be put out there, put out in the way Eli wanted it to be put out, because she kept arguing with him that, you know, he was pushing the story too much, he was changing it, he wasn't letting her put her story out there how she wanted, and it all became about him, which it is anyway. You're onto something, Raven. Dawn's live story is behind a paywall. He thinks it's the draw to get money. Yeah, I've said that from the start. I just checked. He only has 3 videos behind a paywall. They are all the story about his girlfriend. He's using her as the draw to the channel, basically a walking, talking testimonial on how he is helping her, because he's such a good person. Remember, he bought an alcoholic alcohol to help her. He lied about her going to court to try and get donations. He's helping her to fake the AA receipts. You know, now he's buffing her up, you know, and being like, you're wonderful, Dawn, and we're great together. And he wants to do a podcast now with her, I believe. I mean, he sold her a dream that isn't happening. This is what this is. They used their story as a jumping off point for a dream that isn't happening. The dream of being a successful YouTube coach and using Dawn's testimonial to be the sole testimonial that projects this into like life coaching phenomenal territory, it's not worked. And now that it's not worked and that they can't use her as a vocal point for the channel, because not only is she still an alcoholic, she has DUI, she's had court cases. I mean, come on, she's not exactly like the shining star of the life coaching world. I wouldn't take nothing from her with the fact that she has DUI, she's an alcoholic, she takes drugs, she doesn't work, she's fighting with her daughter. She doesn't have much going for her for you to want to take life coach advice from. It's like a 180 from her having a job, a life, a prospect. All she has now is medical bills. She stays at home. She's not seen her family very much from what we can tell. Hence, Eli now doing a reunion fund so that we could pay for him to reunite Dawn with her family. Why are we paying for that? I thought he said, and I quote, that she had a lot of contact with her family, that he hadn't cut them off or anything, and that they see the family quite regularly. But now he's doing a reunion fund to reunite Dawn with her family. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. A reunion fund so that Dawn can go see her family, which only suggests one thing, that Eli cannot afford for his own woman to see her own family. So, from the sound of it, Eli has no money, Dawn has no money, and with her stories behind a paywall, hardly anybody in the chat, members only chats, and now funding to see her family again, we can only surmise that Eli is not bankrupt, but he can't be far off. Everything is behind a paywall. Her stories behind a paywall. Members only chat is behind a paywall. They're desperate for money. And I'm talking that desperate, she can't even go see her own family unless they donate. I bet he will tell her that if they don't get enough money, then she doesn't get to go. It would seem like it. He said in previous streams that she sees her family a lot, that they talk, they hang out. Now they're doing a reunion fund to reunite her with her family, which means she hadn't been hanging out with her family because they can't afford to travel. Quite clearly, he cannot afford the gas money or anything to go down there. My concern is that Dawn hasn't supposedly seen her family, but they could afford a chair. They could afford a new camera. Why didn't they use the money instead of buying camera equipment, a green screen, and all of that shit for her to live stream? Why didn't they use that money to go see her family? And you know why? Everybody's saying in the chat, because YouTube comes before everything. Let's say it one more time for the coach Eli's in the back. Why hasn't Dawn seen her family if they can't afford to take her? Because they spent the money on cameras, a fancy chair, a green screen, which means, and I quote, YouTube comes before everything, including Dawn's own family. I'm not an expert on welfare, but wouldn't Dawn qualify for some cash and food each month? She might do. The fact that her DUI meant she couldn't work, no. I don't think you get welfare just because you're on a tag. But she would get some kind of welfare due to her medical, but I don't think it would be enough to pay for everything. There's no way that she gets enough welfare to pay the $2,000 on Eli's house or to fill his tank constantly. I think she would get something, but I don't see it being enough to support them. Because welfare would look at the fact that she lives with Eli and that Eli himself is, as he claims, a fully fit individual who could go out to work. Welfare would look at their situation that he not only lives in his mother's house, which they apparently don't pay rent on, and the welfare would look at the fact that he is a 49-year-old man, fairly fit enough to work because he has worked recently, and I don't think they would give her maybe as much welfare as if Eli couldn't work, because he quite clearly can. He's just choosing not to. Good evening, John. He's quite clearly choosing not to work, although he is fully able. So welfare in this country, in my country, would look at the fact that, yes, she's on sick, if you want to call it that, whatever you call it in America, welfare, but she does have a full able-bodied man who can work. There is nothing stopping Eli working at all. Nothing at all can stop Eli working. He is fully capable of going out there tomorrow, going to Costco, going to Walmart, going fucking anywhere on planet Earth and applying for a job. But he's choosing not to because he believes that this YouTube gig of a life coach, somehow it's going to work. Somehow. Don't ask me how. Don't ask why. Somehow he believes it's going to work. I personally don't see it. Haven't seen it in 6 years. Do not suddenly believe he's going to become the Messiah and somehow create a successful YouTube channel. I don't see it in his future, and I'm not like a sorcerer or a mystic. It's just going on by past traits, past behavior. Yeah, no. What Eli needs to do is, if he really wanted to support Dawn, get a job. No one said give up YouTube. Get a job and do YouTube on the weekends. Have a day job and then do a live stream in the evening at home with Dawn. Or do a live stream at home with Dawn every other day and do a walking stream when you get off work and only do an hour's walk. No one's asking you to give up your YouTube dream, but you cannot just live off of it. Quite clearly, you do not have the funds to live off just your coaching. You need more than that. And if Dawn can't provide it, then Eli, as a, a 50% alpha male dominant of the house, as he so claims, should be able to provide for his woman. It's basic, what he calls it, traditionalism. He should be providing for the house. That means getting up, going out in the morning and working. You cannot tell me that YouTube produces enough for him to sustain anything. It just doesn't generate him enough. I make $300-400 a month, or pounds a month, either way. I cannot say that Eli makes that. He doesn't produce enough content. He doesn't have enough people in his chat, and I'm not seeing enough people donate. And with Dawn running her mouth left, right, and center over YouTube for anyone that can hear it, I can't see anything coming out of YouTube either. I mean, let's be honest. Nothing's coming out of YouTube either. And with Dawn running her mouth, each way, it's not going to be better for her. Thank you, unnamed. Have a nice evening. Well, thank you. So, I can only go on by what I've seen. I've been around quite a few years. I was around when he was dating Dana. I've been around where he's now dating Dawn. Similar scenarios, but different. YouTube will always come first. He's willing to give up working just to fulfill a dream on YouTube, even at the extent of them being broke. Is it the best solution? No, not going to work. Is he going to listen to anybody else and reason? And no, that's also a hard no. Will it teach him anything? At this point in time, I don't think so. I think we've come to a crossroads where he is quite content in his YouTube life. Whether he has money, followers, I think he's quite content on where he is. Which is probably bad. But he seems content with it. That's probably where he's going wrong. Because the minute you become complacent and content is the minute you stop trying. It's the minute you don't put the effort into your channel. You don't put the effort into anything. You don't put yourself out there. And it's not good for either of you. It doesn't look like YouTube is going to work out for them. They need to realize and make a plan to get a consistent income coming in. Yeah, good afternoon or good evening, AMC. Yeah, it's what I'm saying. If you put all your eggs in one basket into YouTube and it fails, you basically need a contingency plan. You need an alternative. And the alternative at present is if Dawn can't work, would be Eli going up to work. And if Eli doesn't want to, then I guess they draw a line in the sand. They continue to beat their head against a brick wall. They continue the YouTube stuff. They continue to try and get, a viable business from it. But how long do you go before you turn around and say, look, this just isn't working? Like he said, he's been doing this gig for 6 or 7 years. And this is where he is. How long, as you call it, do you flog a dead horse and continue? How long do you flog a dead horse before you either change what you're doing, mix it up a little, go a different direction, or God forbid, just give up? Because there's only so much you can put into something before you yourself would turn around and go, well, this just isn't working. It's just not working. Like, how can you continue trying? Why would you continue trying? That would be the ultimate question. Why continue to try? Why not just give up? Why not just say, hey, we had a good run. We tried for 6 or 7 years. It didn't work. And go on to something else. Mix it up a little. Change it. Rebrand your channel. Do anything to draw attention to a wider audience. I've studied business management. I've studied it. And if something isn't working, you can just give up. You can just be like, yeah, well, fuck it. It's not working. But you could also mix it up. Change, rebrand, go at it a different way. It doesn't have to necessarily be the end. But when you've gone so far, and as they say, if you're going to consistently do the same thing and get the same result, why wouldn't you do it a different way? Why wouldn't you mix it up? Why wouldn't you rebrand? Change what you do. Change the name of the channel. Change how you do things. Do different topics. Branch out to a different audience even. Or try and attract a different audience. It is possible on YouTube to attract a different audience by slight tweaks of your channel. Whether it's the algorithm, the titles, the live streams, the times you live streams, the day you live streams, who you live stream to, the topics you talk about, anything can project you to a different community and catch somebody else's eye. But that also means putting in time and work. But that is also individually, if you don't want to put the time in and you don't want to work and you don't want to do something different, then I guess you are stuck. You're just stuck on the proverbial merry-go-round of doing the same thing. But I could be wrong. I could be entirely wrong. We could We could go a year from now and we could find out that Eli, as much as it pains me, could be a changed man. He could have a viable, successful channel. Unlikely. Highly unlikely. In fact, non-viable whatsoever. But it's possible. You know, it's entirely possible to come back in a year's time and find that he's changed, that the channel's gone in a new direction, that they're doing something different. He's rebranded or something. I doubt it, but it's possible. You know, I wouldn't rule out, I wouldn't rule out Eli being in the same state he is now, because a leopard never changes its spots. But I could be proven wrong. Could be proven wrong. In a year's time, it might change. It might be entirely different. I personally don't see it. But I just wanted to say thank you for helping me and supporting me. Oh, well, we're glad we could help, Joe. Anytime, Joe. I don't know what else to say. My little rant there. I think Eli could be successful on YouTube. He knows the technical side. He just needs different content. Well, he's been told that for years. He's been told for years to not do this, not do that. And I guess at this point, it's just how many times do you tell him the same thing? I mean, he even made Peaceful Lycan and it's got him nowhere. The Peaceful Lycan, what has he actually got from it? What did he gain? What did he gain from Peaceful Lycan? He lost half of his mod crew. He's lost most of his donations. Lost most of his watch hours and watch time from people. He didn't gain anything by making Peaceful Lycan. In fact, he did his channel more damage by making peace. It made him worse off. He had much more people in there while he was hating Lycan, while he was against him. Compared to now, he was flying high with his channel, with the views, the watch times, the mods, the support. Even the donations were bigger when he was against Lycan. If you take the deal that Eli took, Eli came out worse. Much worse. Which is fine. It's what Eli wanted. Eli lost by making peace at Lauren's audience. Eli lost by making peace as Lauren's audience. He had got upset. Well, ODN's not exactly very happy with them at the minute because he can't necessarily be around Eli because he has the restraining order on Sarah. And he also, ODN doesn't like Lycan to start with. So, I mean, in Eli's case, to save what he thought would be his channel by making peace with Lycan, he basically threw everybody else to the wolves. However you want to put that. Has it done him more damage? I think it has. I think his channel's had more damage. I think it's hemorrhaging watch hours, people, money. And if this is his idea of making a successful money-making business, then there is no hope for him. If this is success, what does failure look like? What does failure look like if Eli believes this is success? What does it look like? A channel with no one chatting, no one donating, a few watch hours here and there, but no one consistently watching. I mean, at that point, you've reached like fairly bad. But I don't like Lauren anyway. So Eli being over there is no skin off my nose because I wouldn't watch Lauren anyway. But But you know, Eli's going to do what Eli wants to do. He's obviously got, well, he obviously has a plan. I don't know what it is. I don't know how intelligent his plan is. I'm going to say it's not. The other night, it was just Dawn chatting with him. Was it? Ooh. Which stream was that? I didn't watch it. I watched the Walking with Purpose one where he was talking about what Dawn brings to the relationship, and then she's doing a stream of what he brings to the relationship, which is really an unnecessarily stream because I watched that one this morning about what Dawn brings to the relationship, and only 10 minutes of that stream was about her, and the other were about Lycan and Lycan fighting with every woman on YouTube. So he didn't have enough to even fill a live stream. I think Eli would be very successful doing what Jamie does, but different. He should be like a talk show host and letting two sides fight it out on his channel, which he did at one point when the ladies were beefing with each other. He had tons of people in there. He was sort of doing that once before, and he was very popular for a short time. He did it, yeah, when the ladies were beefing. Can you remember when he had the ladies on a stream and they were going at it, and he was like in the middle, and he was getting donations and watch time, and people were there. I can't remember who it was that was fighting, but there were a bunch of ladies on his stream that evening, and they were going at each other no end. And it was probably the most he'd had in his channel for a while. I think he was walking and he even said, "No one is here." Oh. Ooh. But if he went on full drama show, he could expand to several drama communities and have a legit huge channel. He could. But he seems to be quite He seems to be quite complacent with how he is. Good afternoon, Dragon. Mwah, mwah. Much love, Dragon. How have you been? I know I haven't seen you in a hot minute. But how are you doing? Missed you as always, Dragon. Kisses to Dragon. Yeah, he loves the drama. That will make him money. Drama would make him money, but as always, it's not sustainable. He'd have to create drama no end. He'd have to create drama no end just to keep people interested. But it'd have to be drama. That the fake instigated outrage drama just doesn't do it for me. It would have to be like full on bashing each other. The fake drama, I am going to be quiet because I am in a pissed off mood and not going to talk about it. Oh, okay, Dragon. I'm sorry. Do you need a hug, Dragon? Do you want a hug? Do you want a raven hug and some kisses? Does that help? Do raven hugs and kisses help you, Dragon? Well, I miss you, Dragon. Just know that. Know you're missed. But know that you're missed, Dragon. Even if you're not here and you're silent, you're still missed. But I hope you're okay. I do care, Dragon. Raven cares, and I care about all my mods. I care about everybody in my chat, even Joe. But I hope you're okay, Dragon. You know, you can always talk to me behind the scenes somehow. Oh, thank you, Dragon, for the $50 super sticker. Oh, Dragon, you're too nice to me. You really are too nice, but thank you. I hope you're all right, Dragon. If you ever need to talk to me, we can find a way of you talking behind the scenes on Facebook or Twitter or Discord or something. If you're having a bad time, you don't have to suffer in silence. But thank you for the super sticker, Dragon. You know I appreciate you. Pissed off or not. But we have missed you. We do like it when you're around because you do bring that little comedy value to my channel. And the little digs and the little things you say are quite cool, especially against Eli. You do have a way with words. Thank you nonetheless. Always good to have someone to talk to. We were talking about my mental health earlier and how it's not doing so well. So there's that. But thank you, Dragon. It means a lot. You know it means a lot to me. We're still waiting on the baby. Cesarean is booked for the 4th of August now, as the doctors are on strike when she is due to have her cesarean. Couldn't make this shit up even if I tried. But hopefully she'll fall into labour sooner rather than later. Her mucus plug is gone. The baby is ready. We just need her to fall into labour now. She just needs to fall into labour. I am dying to have a baby now because I am tired, I am drained, I'm stressed, and I just want this child. Just need the child. I want to see the baby. I just want the baby. But thank you to everyone. Big or small donations, you know, everyone is more than welcome. So if she can just hold off till the 30th, we could be twins, just many, many decades removed. Oh, that'd be cool. 30th of July, yeah? It's your birthday, is it, Dragon? That'd be cool. Be cool if she fell, would be cool if, you know, that happened. 30th of August, you said they moved off her due date till the 4th of August. Yeah. You couldn't keep it into the 30th because she can't actually go late. It is absolute that her C-section would be the 4th. Absolute, she would have it on the 4th because the C-section is booked. So because the baby's breech, they couldn't let her go longer than that. That's why it's booked for the 4th. She can fall into labour sooner, but her C-section would be the 4th, and she wouldn't be allowed to go any later, unless they're striking some more, and then they'd put it back. But her actual due date itself is the 3rd, which means she could then theoretically fall into labour sooner. Her due date is the 3rd. Nothing is stopping her falling into labour sooner. Literally nothing is stopping her. She has had a lot of drugs pumped into her for the baby, but her mucus plug is gone. And if the baby wanted to fall into labour now, there's no reason she couldn't. They're not stopping it or anything like that. If she fell into labour now and was rushed to hospital, it would be a C-section. So yeah, if she fell into labour, like her waters went, or she started having actual contractions and everything, she'd just be wheeled in for a C-section and they'd put a stop to it. So because the baby is so breech and can't be turned, they have little to no choice on what they actually do now. So I guess we just play the waiting game and see if a baby pops up. Hopefully on a day I'm off. But as it is a baby and you can't plan for that kind of thing, we just have to play it by ear at this point. But thank you again, Dragon, for your very generous donation of $50, which will help fund my time off work because I have to take either a week or 2 weeks off of work when she's had her C-section to help her. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a hard few days off work, or at least a week. I'm trying to get 2 weeks off work, primarily. Oh, Dragon. What does this say? Do something special with baby bean mama. At least get her a $50 Happy Meal. Is it gold plated? Well, thank you, Dragon. You're too generous, Dragon. Your kind nature knows no bounds. Compose. Your generosity knows no bounds, Dragon. We went for a carvery at the weekend. I don't think you were around when I live streamed, but we did a carvery on Sunday. There's pictures on my Instagram. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. There were pictures on my Instagram. We had a carvery lunch, and then we played Monopoly Plus on the PlayStation for a couple of hours, and we had a very leisurely Sunday. So sweet. I know Dragon is sweet. Dragon is adorable. You know, if he was a chipmunk, he'd be the most adorable chipmunk on the block. I don't know why I picked chipmunk. I think it's because of the little chipmunky, like, chubby cheeks. He's a chipmunk with chubby cheeks that you just want to, like, squeeze. Kind of thing. Squeeze your chipmunk cheeks. That's a thing, right? I haven't seen a chipmunk in years, like, unless it's on the telly, because we don't have, like, chipmunks. I don't do Instagram. About the only social media I do is YouTube and Facebook, only with friends. Do you have my Facebook, Dragon? Are we Facebook buddies? I don't think so. You should become my Facebook buddy, Dragon, and then we could talk behind the scenes. But I have Facebook. I wouldn't want to dox myself, because you get all manner of crazy men want to follow me. You get all manner of crazy men want to follow me. I have enough of them on Instagram. Don't believe so. I don't know. I don't think so. Must be ploughing the fields because the birds are all fluttering around. Generally, when they plough the fields in the evening, it encourages the birds. So I've been live streaming for 2 whole hours, people. It's been an interesting stream. A little bit up and down, no different to any other stream I do. Why would it be? But yeah, everything seems to have quietened down, so to speak. So it's 8:20, and well, I've been live streaming for 2 hours. I didn't really have a reason to live stream, like I said, hanging out for literally no reason. I didn't have a reason to hang out. Didn't have a reason. Literally no reason whatsoever to hang out. I literally just sat here and thought, I'm just going to go live. We've had no buffering this evening. I do have a new Ethernet cable. Get me and my technology, so that I can have my router connected to my laptop to buff the signal. It's not the greatest thing in the world because it does go from one side of my room to the other. I'm going to have to try and make it so it's less obvious, apart from straight across my room. But we'll work that out at a later date. But it hasn't buffered, which is what we're suggesting was the problem, is that my laptop needed to be routed to my BT hub and have a more direct link. And it seems to have worked, at least for now, at the very least. Might not work entirely, but it's worked at least momentarily. Momentarily being the word. Yeah. Just sent you a friend request on Facebook, the David name. Sorry, my phone is on charge. The David name. Ooh. Hang on. Whoa. I think I've accepted it. Phone's been a little dodgy recently. Not gonna lie. I think that's it. Okay. I think that's it. I think I've done it. Yep. Okay. Got it. Okay. Sorry, my phone is awfully slow today. It's even slower when it's on fucking charge. Yep, got it. There we go. I think we've sorted it now. Technical problems. I mean, it's no different to fucking YouTube, is it? It's no different to fucking YouTube where things have just got problems. Going. There we go. Slight delay because it's on charge. There we go. Although my phone is having a bit of a spam right now. There we go. Cool. Okay. Fucking thing. It's spazzing out all over the place. We'll let it spaz out for a minute. It doesn't like doing stuff while on charge. It's a very fickle creature. Well, I guess I've been live streaming for 2 hours. It's gone fairly quiet in the chat, and I have a monumentally busy day tomorrow. The council are coming to look at my house to find out why my house is effectively cracking. Oh, yes. The plaster on my house is effectively cracking on all my walls, and we don't know why. So they're coming to assess that. So that should be fun. The optimum word being fun. Not so much. I don't know what else to do this evening. I'm kind of in a rock and a hard place. I've got no real plans. I could have done a walking stream, but I just don't feel there. I don't feel there. Have a wonderful night, Rowan. Take care. Hope everything goes fine with the council tomorrow. Thank you, Dragon. Hopefully they're going to sort out my house, which would be great. But aside from that, I don't really have any plans tomorrow. So whether I live stream or anything, I don't know. But like and subscribe, big thumbs up, support the channel, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, guys.